All right. Excuse me. Almost up to the top. Not too bad of a walk. I've been walking it 2 or 3 times a day now for almost every day. For at least a couple months now. At least 2 or 3 months now. You can see we got some pitch pines up here. Very good fire starter. So pitch pine cone there. You might have guessed why they probably call it pitch pines, because of pitch, as in the tar. Oh, forgot about that little rut there. There's actually a big old sinkhole, or not sinkhole, but big scoop of dirt got taken out of there by accident. I'm working on filling up with rocks and stuff, because it's part of the driveway leading down to the homestead there. You can see the trees are so thick going down there, you can just barely see the hemlock in there. And of course a scrap yard. If you got the space, might as well stash it away, right? You never know what you might be able to find out of there to reuse, and you can always take it in for money. So my opinion, I definitely would have a small scrapyard if you have the space. I have plenty of space. It's not the way I would want it. I've been working on trying to organize it more, and once the area is a little bit flattened out, I'll completely rearrange it. But you can see, excuse me, here's another area of what I like to call the pine barrens. It's not really a whole lot in there other than pines, maybe a few deciduous trees scattered throughout, but maples and some locusts. The locusts, if they're planted too close together with other trees, and especially seems like with pine, they'll end up dying before they get very big. And there's a lot of dead locusts. Excuse me. There's a lot of dead locusts down through here. There's a piece right there, and there's several up down through there, much bigger than that even. And you can see all the pines. There's pitch, and there's a white pine in there. A lot of white pine. Some very large white pines. You can see in there. So a little bit of the pond. Can't really tell because of the snow, but that is a pond down there. It's not a real big pond. It kind of goes around in there and kind of, you can kind of see the canoe right there. The aluminum canoe that my grandpa and dad took on a trip up the Ohio River. And the map was painted on there, but after sitting outside for so long, I'm not sure if it's really legible or not. I'd like to try and see if I couldn't find a copy of the map and redo it, but I'll have to ask my grandma, I guess. You can see, yeah, that's definitely the snow coming off the pine trees there. Yes, as you can see, there's always stuff, but I don't like to call it junk. If you can find a purpose for it, then it's not junk. So you can kind of see goes downwards towards the next door neighbors, and their driveway goes up that way, and obviously this driveway goes all the way up to the road there. The road's just right over there. You can see the neighbor across the street there, and the more pines. A lot of pines out here, maples too. Small little area right here is where a lot of decorative plants were planted. It's not where they were going to be forever, but it just had to have a place to plant them. When my mom would find plants on sale, you gotta buy them and you gotta put them in the ground. So this is where they've been since, until we can find a place to move them. And these are really nice big bushes. It'd be great out front. I'm not really sure what they're called, but I got some pictures of them with the flowers on in spring, and this is kind of what the flowers look like, obviously now that they're dead. And they get very large. I think that's the same one. There's another one back in there, so I'll have to try and see. And you can see more pines there, and Mom and Dad's memorial over there. And you can see there's a little bit of an area, kind of actually goes up. It's a little bit of a higher area right there, and it kind of curves around. I always thought it'd be nice to kind of flatten this out, and maybe I could put some kind of a Homestead store or something there to sell stuff. And then people could come drive right up here and have a place to park. Don't park in the driveway, have a place for them to park out of the driveway. So, well, that's just a little bit of a tour of the homestead right now as it is. It's not much of a homestead right now because I have to wait until spring now. I've cleared a lot of brush earlier last year, and even in January, right before the snow hit. I was out there clearing brush and cutting firewood and stuff. So, well, once spring comes, I'll get back out there. I'm really excited about it. I'm going to do some copicing. I'm actually going to plant certain types of trees very close together, so that way I can let them grow to a certain size, cut them, and then that way next spring they'll sprout, all the little tiny sprouts. Well, you leave them go, and you can use them for tool handles, walking sticks, or what I'm going to do is trim them and use it for firewood. Imagine how easy it would be if you didn't even have to split the firewood. So we're going to try that out. There's a couple different ones I'm going to do. White oak, probably black locust, maybe some kind of maple, because it does very well. And there might be a few others. Some orchards I'll put down in there, gardens, log cabin. I'm going to set up a foundry and a blacksmith area. Not that I'm going to do any farrieing or anything, but I've always been interested in it, so I'd like to be able to learn how to do that kind of stuff. Hopefully I'll be able to get a lot of that stuff done this year. My main concern is getting a log cabin or something so that I can stay on this property, preferably down there in the valley, so that way I can be in the valley working on the homestead instead of on the farm. Obviously I'll be working on the farm, but instead of staying in the old family house, I can get down in the valley, get on the homestead, and I don't know what to say, just dig in. So let me know what you think of the video. It's really going to be my second video I upload. I'm still using my old phone, but thanks everyone.